Good morning everybody and welcome to the official start of Book Girl Summer. We are on our way to a lake right now. We're gonna spend all day at the lake today and I brought 2 books. I am currently finishing up. There I am. I think like 40% through it. I really like it so far, and this is the very last book that I have to finish before I actually get to my summer TBR, but this is part of my summer TBR, so it's fine. Instead of the wheel, I actually picked out this book that I'm gonna read next because I'm just very in the mood for fantasy that is very different from Throne of Glass. But I feel like I'm not ready to like read an Emily Henry book right now. That would just not be the vibe, so this is what we're going with. I'm hoping I'll be able to finish this one today, but this book is a little bit much sometimes, so maybe I'll take a break from this book and read this book. We'll see, but these are the options that we have for today. Good morning. So I actually ended up finishing there last night at home. I did read the majority of it by the lake, but I didn't manage to finish it there because we left at I think 5, so we weren't there for too many hours. But today we are going back to the same lake, so I thought I would bring you along again and we can read Yumi and the Nightmare Painter together at the same lake, and it will be kind of like the same day because it's the exact same setting. Anyways, to my rating for this book, I'm gonna give this 4 stars. I really liked it. My Fable review is a poetic, beautifully written web of tragic stories, and I think that sums it up pretty much because there's a lot of characters. I really actually like the structure of the book because in the beginning of the book you get to you get a little introduction of all of the characters, and that's something I've never had before, and I really like it because then you go into the book already kind of knowing what you can expect. And all of the characters have either tragic beginnings, tragic middles, or well, there's something tragic about their life. They don't all know each other, but most of them are connected in some way, and they all end up going to the big Oakland powwow. They don't all meet, but they're all there, and then something happens and they're all kind of involved. I really like the setup of the story, and I really love the way it's written. It's so beautiful. I don't know why I couldn't give it 5 stars. I think this would be a great book to read in one sitting to really be into it because the storylines are not very long. I think they're all like a couple days or weeks, so I think it would actually be a great book to read in one sitting. I just didn't have the time, unfortunately. I think that would make it even better, but it's still a great book. I would highly recommend reading this. I think it's also a great summer book because it feels kind of hot and sticky. But yeah, moving on, we're gonna read Yumi and the Nightmare Painter today. We're actually gonna leave in a little bit to go back to the lake. Today we're gonna be earlier. Today we're gonna get a better spot in the shade. The Yumi and the Nightmare Painter is actually my first Brandon Sanderson book, so it's gonna be really interesting. I think I've heard so much about him and so many people like his storylines and his universe a lot. I think Yumi and the Nightmare Painter is part of his, I don't know what to call it, omniverse, megaverse, whatever. There's no second part to it, but it is somehow connected, or maybe like the magic system or whatever is the same in all of his books. I don't really know. We're gonna find out today, so let's go. I'm currently working on dinner. I'm gonna cut up some potatoes because we're gonna barbecue, but I wanted to talk about the book. Unfortunately, I was not able to film a whole lot because there were a couple of school classes around, and obviously I don't want to film kids in bikinis and bath shorts, so not that much filming happening. But I am 160 pages into the book and I really like it so far. I really like the writing style. It's very unique, I would say, the way that he the narrator, whoever he is. I think his name was mentioned, and I think he's gonna be important, but I don't really know yet. But I think the way he describes things is very interesting, and I cannot wait to find out who he is. I really like, well, no, I guess they're not like nice characters, Yumi and Painter, but I do like them and I like their dynamic. I think it's fun, and I also really like that the book is not, whoops. I also really like that the book is not a romance book at all, because I just needed to take a step back from romantasy. But I was watching TikTok today and I saw an interview of Ilona Maher, I don't really know how to pronounce her last name, and she talked about this cowboy romance that she read, and for some reason, in my mind, any book that she likes must be top tier. So I think I'm gonna head to the bookstore tomorrow and maybe get that book. It's called Cash. I'm not sure if it's the first one in the series or what's happening, because I know there's at least 2. But yeah, so we're gonna head to the bookstore tomorrow. I also need another bikini and a like comfy grandma summer dress. Not sure where I would find it. I'm gonna try Hollister probably, because they always have summer things, but we will see. And then also we will stop by the bookstore. I might check if they have it in store today, so that I can pick it up tomorrow. We'll see. But for now, I'm just gonna focus on my potatoes. So shopping was semi-successful. I did not find a dress. I did, however, buy this bikini that was 50% off, and it's reversible. Looks like this. I think it's so cute with the flowers, and this color looks really nice. And then this color looks also really nice. And then the bookstore is, I don't think it's the bookstore itself, but the store next to it is doing renovations or something. They're building in there. So the bookstore was only half the size. They had a very small stock in store, and I did not find anything that I really liked. So I didn't end up buying anything. So that was not a very successful shopping trip. But I'm back now, and I did just update my book journal finally, and I thought I would show you. This is what it looks like if you forgot. And I started by filling in all of these books. These are what I read since May, I think. So we have Lost and Lassoed, Wild and Wrangled, The Bell Jar, which I really liked. The Last House on Needless Street, really liked that too. Basically, all of the ones from here are pretty much 5-star books. Say You'll Remember Me, The Housemaid Part 2, Kingdom of Ash, and There. Then we have my book of the year. My book of the month April was Wild and Wrangled, book of the month May, The Bell Jar, and book of the month June, There. And then out of these 3, I liked The Bell Jar best. And then for the first half of the year, right, it's already half the year over, but for the first half of the year, Empire of Storms is my favorite book, because Empire of Storms and The Bell Jar were competing against each other, and I decided on Empire of Storms. So we have that. My classics aren't going super well, but I have what is this? The Great Gatsby, Stardust, and The Bell Jar. I feel like those all count towards classic books. My ABC challenge looks like this. I don't think I added much to it. Most of the books I read start with the something, and I already have the Isle of Cedar Shadows, so I can't really add much more. I did add Kingdom of Ash and Wild and Wrangled. Book club is also looking kind of sad. We only read, well, I only attended One Dark Window book club, and I didn't actually read the book, and through book club I found out that I don't think it's a book that I would enjoy, so haven't read that, haven't been since. That's great. And then I think I've showed all of the earlier pages, so we're just gonna do May and June. This is what it looks like, and then we have a little sticker down here. That's basically the spread, and you can kind of see all of the books that I read in the last 2 months. And that's it. I need to do a July spread. I don't know when I'll do that, probably when July is over. And then for now, since it's kind of nice now, not too hot, I'm gonna read Yumi the Nightmare Painter. I am also going out at 3 with some of my friends to celebrate one of my friends' birthday, so that's gonna be exciting. And yeah, I'm just having the best time these last few days. It's the next day, but I thought this video wouldn't be complete without my review of Yumi Nightmare Painter because I did finish it yesterday. Such a good book. I loved it so much. This will definitely not be my only Brandon Sanderson book I read. I'm gonna get so many more of his books. Love the writing style. Really like the characters and their kind of depth. Their personalities are a little bit unique, I would say. But the depth and the things that they struggle with, I can really relate to. Because they both are artists that kind of lose passion, I guess. That's the worst explanation of the book, but that aspect I could really relate to because that's something I'm struggling with right now. The writing style is super unique. I think I just mentioned that. The world is so interesting. I absolutely did not see the end coming. Oh my god, I had tears in my eyes, literally. I thought this was just gonna be like a cool fantasy, maybe like a little sci-fi-ish book because of the kind of modern design. It got pretty emotional at the end. I don't really want to say too much about the book and give anything of the story away, but read this book. It's so good. I'm gonna give this 5 stars. And now I think I'm very officially out of my reading slump because reading is so fun. After I finished this book last night, I started Percy Jackson and I'm 200 pages into the book and it's currently 8 a.m. so I read all of that yesterday. So I'm gonna see you very soon in the next one because I'm gonna go back to reading right now. So see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.